It's what happened after the cameras stopped rolling that's the real story. And yes, he screwed up.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Tense moments, a minerals deal was not signed, and National Security Advisor Michael Waltz told Zelensky to leave.
Everybody's seen that blow up on media all over the place, and you've probably seen Zelensky walking out of the White House in shame. But what we didn't see is his advisors almost in tears. National Security Advisor Michael Waltz was sitting next to Secretary of State Rubio listening to this whole thing, and he's going to tell us what happened after the cameras stopped.
After what we saw there, the press is let out of the Oval Office. I assume that President Trump went in one direction and Zelensky went somewhere else. And it was you and Secretary of State Marco Rubio who had to go and explain to Zelensky that it went badly and he was leaving. Can you describe that scene for us?
Imagine you've got to walk up to the president of a country and say, hey, I'm so sorry. You were just hanging out with our president, but he wants you to leave the house. So get out. That's what happened.
We had a beautiful setting in the East Room ready for both leaders to sign that would have bound the United States and Ukraine together economically for a generation, for critical minerals that we need, economic investment that they need. And that would have been in the heels, Charlie, of having the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, who says he's ready to put boots on the ground, the president of France, Macron, who's ready to put boots on the ground, NATO Secretary General that the president had just spoke to about broader security guarantees. So this really could have been and should have been a positive moment for Ukraine. And then we go to further negotiating with the Russians, bring this war to an end, and move the world forward and stop the death and destruction. But instead, what became clear, and I think what has the president so frustrated and frankly angry, is that it's not clear that Zelensky truly wants to stop the fighting. And he came in, even though he was warned not to, determined to litigate all of that in front of the entire world. And the vice president said enough is enough. The president said enough is enough. And I got to tell you, this was the wrong approach, wrong time in history, and definitely the wrong president to try to do this kind of a thing. This is not Joe Biden. This was Donald J. Trump.
When you went in and explained to Zelensky that he was leaving the White House without lunch or that important signing, did he look surprised? Did he seem to recognize what had happened?
No, he didn't, frankly. His team did. His ambassador and his advisor were practically, I mean, they were practically in tears, wanting this to move forward. But Zelensky was still argumentative. And finally, what I said, look, Mr. President, time is not on your side here. Time is not on your side on the battlefield. Time is not on your side in terms of the world situation. And most importantly, U.S. aid and the taxpayers' tolerance is not unlimited.
So just to recap what Security Advisor Waltz just said, so he came into this ready to sign. They were all set and ready to go. The UK was there, France, NATO, everybody was there. They all said, hey, listen, if you don't sign it, we're going to put more boots on the ground. We'll go back to war. We'll fight some more. Everybody is now saying we're ready to fight some more. And the question is why? Because nobody's going to win this battle. It's a losing war. Well, when he decided to renegotiate this, even though Ukraine has been decimated by war and violence for 3 long years, and this is the end result, he came in and they realized this guy doesn't want to stop fighting. Imagine how surprised they were. And at that point, Vance and President Trump said, you know what, this is it. That's enough. And it's time for you to go. It's interesting because Advisor Waltz says that he didn't get it. Zelensky didn't get that this was a catastrophic error, but his staff did. Look at this expression. And my favorite line of this is, time is not on your side. His aides obviously knew this, but he did not. And God bless him. Advisor Waltz says, this is not the White House you're used to dealing with. This isn't Joe Biden's White House. This is America, and we're able to help, but a little gratitude and a little decorum would work wonders here.
Actually, I know he is used to hearing that as long as it takes, as much as it takes, blank check, and the United States really doesn't have much of a say, you can determine the outcome of all of this. That's what he heard for years from Biden and his team, and he has not gotten the memo that this is a new sheriff in town, this is a new president, and we are determined to take a new approach towards peace.
A truly astonishing obliviousness to the real politics on the ground. Colonel Mike Waltz, thank you so much for joining us.
I think he did his country a true disservice.
Truly.
And who is opposed to peace?
Yeah.
If you disagree with how we're going to end the war, fine, but you do that behind closed doors, not the way this was done. It was wholly unacceptable.
So the question's begged, who is against peace? Well, it's not the people that are fighting the flippin' war. The boys and girls, the men and women who are out there fighting, they're not against peace. So somebody wants this to go on. And this is the issue that we faced for years and years. There are people behind the scenes that are interested in war because it benefits them financially at the cost of lives, human lives. Good people are dying. If you like this kind of content, I appreciate you. God bless you. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button, or if you want to, just simply scan this QR code with your phone. If you're watching this from the couch, we're about ready to wrap it up. Pretty sure I'm getting suppressed by YouTube because I'm a little bit on the edge as far as cutting edge, and it would mean the world to me. It lets me know that we're doing a good job. This is Synopsis of Stupidity. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you real soon.